True Movies has certified this film as a PG for parental guidance. Some scenes may be unsuitable for young children.
I'm not paying her. I'm not paying you either. Because I'm starting to just like you also. You don't, I would choke you. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Listen to what I'm telling you. I think it's a black thing with you, you know? Working for my wife. Okay, I'll throw.
I was told to be here at 10:30.
So was everybody else. Just have a seat.
Is it okay if I stand here?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm not paying, man. This is the third time. I think it's a black thing with you people down there. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you. I don't like the police. I like being down there. You ever been locked up?
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Not so good. The preliminary hearing's been delayed again.
I don't understand how they can just keep you here waiting.
It's the bureaucracy. They keep asking for extensions.
I'm looking for a place to live. The bank's taking our house.
Don't worry. We'll get everything back once this stupidity is over.
I have to get a job, Stuart. And it's hard. I'm not trained for anything.
You have a job. The kids.
Don't you understand? I don't have any money. The credit cards have been canceled. There's nothing.
You're trying to humiliate me. You don't believe in me anymore, do you?
This isn't about you. This is about dealing with reality.
Since when were you so big on reality?
Well, you're right. I didn't learn much about it living with you.
Listen, we both took that ride. You liked it. You liked it a lot. You just can't deal with the fact that it's been temporarily interrupted.
I hope that's not true.
Just get this straight. I forbid this. I forbid you to work.
I sympathize, but your husband's trial may not be concluded for a year. And we're not a charity, we're a business.
The banking business hasn't been looking too good lately, and throwing families out on the street isn't going to make it look a whole lot better. Now, you wouldn't want me to call a press conference, would you?
I can give you 30 days to find another living situation.
I'll take it.
Mom, my room is gross. Nobody's done my laundry.
You're a big girl, JC. It's time you learned how to do your own laundry.
The pool is disgusting. It's full of green slime.
Well, big surprise. There's no pool, man. You're going to have to clean it yourself.
What are you doing?
I've been selling my clothes at some of the consignment shops.
You're selling your clothes?
Well, we have to have cash. What do you think? How are we supposed to eat?
Mom, what's the matter with you? We're not poor.
Well, I hate to break it to you, sweetie, but we are. I've been thinking about going to work in Ben's restaurant. He's offered me a job as a hostess.
A hostess?
Come on, Pookie. Oh, it isn't so bad. Come on. A working mother isn't the complete end of the world. Hey, I bet I know something that'll make you feel better. Come on. Come with me. Come on. Sit. Apricot ice? What's your favorite color? Come on. Let's do each other's nails.
Everything's falling apart and you want to polish our nails.
Well, when everything's falling apart, that's when we have to hold ourselves together. It's a nice, relaxing thing to do. Have you been biting? Listen, I want you to do something for me. Don't tell Dad about my job. Tell your brothers not to tell him either. I'll just make him feel bad. Okay?
Okay.
Look, tomorrow is another day. And tomorrow will be better.
Okay. Hello? Mom, it's Grandma Ruth. Grandpa's in the hospital again.
Yes, Mrs. Whiteman. I'm taking care of it.
Good morning, God.
I see you. This is happening.
A lot of
Dad, I'm here. It's Melody. Can you understand what I'm saying? Do you want to go home? Okay, okay. You just have to promise you're going to work real hard to get better, okay?
I love you.
Oh, I know, Daddy. I love you too. Shh. Shh.
Worried about...
No, don't worry, Daddy. We're going to be just fine. Dad? Daddy? Oh, Daddy, please not now. Hello?
Melody?
Oh, hello, Rabbi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Your mother called me and asked me to say Kaddish for your father. I did.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell her.
I hope you know the temple is still your home.
I'm not a very religious person, Rabbi.
Yes, well, if you ever need to talk.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. Great because
You want it?
good. I mean, if you're looking for something, this is Lalique, and I paid a lot for it. Anyway, this is a great punch bowl because you can serve probably 50 or 60 people with it. But you know, look around, and if you see anything you really like, let me know.
I heard about your father. I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
I always liked this vase.
It's not for sale.
You're only asking $20 for this? I was with you when you bought it. You paid $400 for it.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people showed up to buy a memento of someone they think is a murderer. Problem is, they don't want to pay a whole lot. Except for Stuart's neckties. Those went right away, and people...
Melody, would you stop it? This is terrible.
Yes, it is.
I stick up for you all the time, I really do. It's just that it's really hard to go against... I'd like to stand by you. But Lou thinks...
I know what Lou thinks.
I have a little savings account of my own. Lou knows nothing about it. I went to the bank this morning. Here's $1,000. I miss you.
You miss me? Well, that's too bad. My husband is in jail, Susan. I lost my father. I'm about to lose my house. There's a lot of things that I miss.
Please take this. Oh.
Preliminary hearing's finally set, and then I'll be home.
Can I come?
No, it's boring stuff. JC, you there?
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Princess. How's school?
Okay.
You don't sound so great.
I miss you.
I miss you too, but I'll see you very soon. Where's Mom?
She's out.
Where?
I don't know.
How's it going?
So far, so good.
Great.
Yeah, it'll be great if I can get the right couples to the right tables. A few minutes ago, a busboy saved me from taking an A couple to a C table, the worst table in the house, the one right by the kitchen.
Well, if the busboys love you, you got it made.
Okay.
Carla, Sam, how are you? Have you met our new hostess, Melody Woodman?
Oh, Carla and I used to work on the same committee at school. I don't know what happened. I suddenly stopped receiving notice of the meetings.
Must have been the computer.
Well, if you'll follow me, I believe I have you down for that nice table by the kitchen.
Melody? What was that all about?
I'm sorry. She just really pushed my button. I came in here because...
What?
Sometimes I feel like I really have to cry. And I can't. I haven't even really cried for my father.
Well, you will when you're ready. Meantime, I think I'm paying you to sing. Hmm? How about it?
Okay.
Okay. I'll seat him. You knock him dead.
How about Our Love Is Here to Stay?
Great choice.
It's very clear our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio.
Hello?
Who was with the kids?
What are you talking about?
You were out late last night. Who was with the kids?
No one. JC and Ian are old enough to take care of Morgan.
They're not old enough to be alone. They didn't even know where you were.
Yes, they did. They were just afraid to tell you. I'm working at Ben's restaurant.
Doing what? Singing?
And hostessing.
You really want to make me look bad, don't you? Don't you care how I feel anymore?
This is not a matter of choice, Stuart. This is a necessity.
You don't come to see me? I feel abandoned.
I'm doing the best that I can.
The preliminary hearing's Wednesday. Maybe you won't make that either.
Mr. Dominguez, you've testified that at Stephen Hommick's orders, you set fires on several occasions. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did Stephen ever ask you to break anyone's legs?
Many times.
On September 25th, 1985, what were your orders from Stephen Hommick?
I was told to look for a silver gray Mercedes with 2 people in it, an older man and a lady. The lady had to be there or it was no good. I saw him coming and I reported it on the radio.
Did you know why you were spotting that couple?
I knew they'd be killed.
No further questions.
Your Honor, as grisly as this testimony has been, not one shred of evidence has been presented to establish that Mr. Dominguez or Mr. Hommick were hired by the Woodman brothers. I would move to dismiss the charges.
Counsel, why would people with no independent motive carry out an execution-style murder? That, to me, is the crux of it. The focus naturally shifts to Neil and Stuart Woodman. I order them both to stand trial.
Can I give you a ride home?
You live here now.
It's all right. I could use the air.
Well, I sold some things. Gonna use the money to buy a car.
You ever dealt with a used car salesman?
No. But I guess it's time I learned.
Well, if you need some help, I'm available.
Oh, Ben. You're gonna have to stop being my guardian angel.
It's okay. It's good to have somebody to take care of. It's all right. Cry. It's good for you to cry.
Sorry, Ben. I can't. No matter how confused I am about Stuart, I'm still married to him.
It's okay. Come on, I'll give you a ride home.
Hello?
Mrs. Woodman?
Yes?
This is Mrs. Anderson at the school. Is JC ill?
No, why? Is something wrong?
She's not been at school, not all this week.
What?
Do you know where she is?
She got on the bus this morning with her books.
Well, she never arrived.
I'm afraid I haven't been home very much, but I will find out what's going on. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Damn.
Maybe she got kidnapped.
Yeah. Hey, maybe I should call the police.
Better not do that.
Hey! Mama's really mad at you.
What for?
She wants to know where you've been.
We're special. I thought you were working.
Don't give me that. I never made it to work. JC, I've been worried sick. First the school calls and tells me that you never showed up, and then you just wander in here at all hours?
So?
So you don't just leave school. You haven't been there all week. And you know that you have a curfew. Now, how am I supposed to work if I have to be worrying about where you are? You're supposed to be helping me.
I can't keep my mind on
Well,
it.
I won't have this.
You're not the boss of me.
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, that's a joke. You're hardly around, and when you are, you can't...
Don't you talk to me this way.
You're the one who's yelling.
JC, I am doing the best that I can.
We're doing a rotten job, okay? Because otherwise we'd still be living here.
JC, come back here.
You know what? I'm glad to get out of here. You know what the kids at school are saying? They're saying your dad is stupid. 500,000 isn't enough to kill someone for.
Would you sign here, please? Just a formality. That you're officially vacating the premises.
Is this mine?
Yours and Morgan's.
So where's my room?
Here. We're sharing. Come on, it'll be fun.
Stewart failed the lie detector test.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
That's not infallible. It's rare, but innocent people have been known to fail.
Well, we both know that Stewart's a liar.
But just because he's a liar doesn't necessarily mean that he's a murderer.
What are you doing, Hal? When he looked innocent, you beat me up to get evidence to prove that he was guilty, and now that he looks guilty, you're telling me that he could be innocent?
I like to be able to argue both sides of a case. Keeps me on my toes. The question is he lying because he's been a manipulator so long that he doesn't know a lie from the truth? Or is he lying because he and Neil are guilty? Could Neil have managed this on his own?
It's hard to believe, much as I'd like to. Miss Stewart and Neil discussed everything. One of them didn't go to the bathroom without the other.
I may move to split the trial.
Why?
Timing. Stewart and I are prepared to go ahead now, but Neil's lawyer wants an extension. Also, it may give us room to maneuver. By the way, the prosecution has another little nugget.
Great. Can't wait to hear this one.
Did you and Stu have a roll stolen?
Yes, last year.
Just about the time that Stu's parents were killed?
No, it was later in the year.
Did he collect insurance?
A bundle. Why?
Stu had a car phone in the rolls?
In all the cars.
Well, that phone was found in Robert Homick's apartment when he was arrested. What are you looking at?
Just people. Ordinary people having ordinary lives. Kind of like I used to.
What did he do with the insurance money?
He paid off his debt and put a down payment on our new rolls.
Look, Melody, I'm Stewart's lawyer. I have a job to do. But you're his wife. Maybe you better have a real talk with him.
How can we have a real talk, Hal? I don't know if we ever had a real marriage.
Maybe that's what you need to talk about.
I can't. I'm just not strong enough yet. It's been a year, Rabbi, and I'm more confused now than I was then. I don't know what to believe.
I wish I could tell you a Jew never commits a crime. I wish I could assure you a Jew would never commit a crime on Yom Kippur. I can only say that, like yourself, I'm shocked by the possibility of such a deed. And all I can offer you is the power of faith.
What will they do to him?
Civilization rests upon the Ten Commandments. Honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not kill. If he's broken any of these, is he a good Jew? No. If he's broken any of these, is he an honorable man? No. Must he pay with an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? Well, that's for a jury to decide. What about his soul? That's for God to decide.
Darn it.
Oh, it won't work good without the cable.
We don't have the money, Mom says.
I'll tell you what. Next time I come, I'll bring my tools. We'll splice into one of your neighbors. It won't cost you a penny.
You can do that?
Sure, I can do that.
Gosh, where is she? You don't have to wait, JC. I hate this place.
I don't see what the big deal is. I grew up in a dump like this. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go have some fun. The brother's gonna be all right, won't you?
You be okay? Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
How could you leave Morgan alone last night?
He said it was gonna be okay.
I told you to stay here with him. This isn't just about Morgan. This is about you doing what I tell you to.
I don't have to do what you say, only what Dad says. He's the boss around here.
Well, he's not the boss anymore. He's not here. Now, whether you like it or not, I'm the one who's in charge
Get
now.
off my back!
You're grounded.
Who cares?
Eat your breakfast.
JC.
JC! JC! Ben, I'm sorry. I didn't know who else to call. She's been gone all day.
All kids rebel.
That's enough.
Oh, come on, JC. I'm crazy about you.
I'm scared.
Well, how come you never act scared until the last minute?
I want to go home.
When you're home, all you want to do is get away from there and be with me. And now that you're with me, all you want to do is go home.
Not even 16.
You lied about your age.
I love you.
We can't report the car stolen for 3 days.
But she took it without permission.
Are you her father? No, sir, I'm a friend. Woodman? J.C. Woodman? All we can do is put her down as a runaway. And I got to inform you, according to this, you reported her before as a truant. After 3 reports, she becomes a ward of the court.
What does that mean?
Most likely, she gets assigned to a suitable placement, like a foster home. Shall we go ahead, then, and make a report?
No. Thank you. Where's the car?
It's in the garage.
Keys. I just went to the police to report it stolen.
I just borrowed.
Took it. JC, where have you been?
Went to the beach. I had to get out of here. I hate this place.
With Chuck?
So what?
He's a delinquent. And he's turning you into a delinquent. Do you want to end up in jail like your father?
Don't you dare say bad things about Dad. Don't you dare. It's not his fault we're here. It's yours.
JC.
JC! I'm gonna tell him you hit me.
JC, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Everything's just so horrible.
I know, baby, I know. I know. But, honey, you've got to understand that it's hard for all of us. That's why we have to help each other. Listen, maybe it would just be better if you didn't see Chuck anymore, okay?
No. Not okay. Definitely not okay.
Hello? Hey, hi, Dad.
No fear. You went first last time.
I didn't.
Liar.
Work it out or nobody talks.
Hi, son. Watching the ball game? Doesn't look too good for our team.
Yeah, all my friends are betting against them, but I got a feeling they're gonna pull it out.
Go with your gut. It's the only way to bet. Finish your homework?
No. Well, Sam, I need some stuff from the library.
Have Mom take it.
Yeah, she's too busy.
Put her on the phone.
Mom, Dad wants to talk with you.
Yeah.
Why can't you take him to the library? You always took him to the library.
You don't have the whole picture, Stu. He could get there on his own if he wanted to.
These are things for a parent to do.
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear you're such an expert on parenting these days. Teaching Ian to gamble and teaching JC she can have whatever she wants. That's really good parenting. You don't have the first idea.
Just take him to the library, Mel.
Just do something for me, okay, Stu? Quit trying to run everything from your jail cell.
What a break, for heaven's sake. How long has this been going on?
Stay with me tonight.
I want to. I really do, but I can't. The children.
Come on. About you and me.
I'm not very good at this.
I'll wait.
need to ask you something. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, but I haven't had the courage to bring it up.
What?
The car phone in your rolls. Hal told me they found it in Robert Halmick's apartment.
I gave it to him.
When?
Right before it was stolen, a week or so. It was an impulse. They'd done a job for us. They were impressed with the phone, so I said, it's yours.
But why that phone? You could have bought them another one.
What are you, the new prosecuting attorney? Where's your watch?
I pawned it.
Your ring, too, huh? I guess nothing means anything to you anymore.
We need to talk honestly.
You're turning against me, my own wife. Turning against me.
You're asking too much of me.
I gave you plenty.
Yes. Things.
I'm gonna get out of here. And everything's gonna go back to the way it was.
I don't want everything back the way it was. I'm not the way I was.
That's pretty clear to me. If you ever hang up on me again, you'll wish you hadn't. Don't do that. Please. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're my wife. Who can I trust if I can't trust my wife? We shared a bed for 18 years. I'm the father of your children. I've got a big mouth, but I'm not stupid, am I? If I was gonna kill my parents, would I blab to the world about how much I hated them, then go to the funeral, pretend to grieve, stand beside my son at his bar mitzvah and publicly admit that I was sorry we didn't patch things up? What kind of a monster would do that? How could you live under the same roof, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, go to sleep every night beside a monster like that? Melody, say something.
I don't know what to say.
Say you believe me.
I can't.
Yeah! You have it here? Right there. Where is it? Right there. That's it? That's it?
Woo! You know, my dad promised me when I turned 16, he'd get me a Beamer.
This is rad. You got a car phone. The works. Boy, you're lucky. Where to? How about cruising the boulevard? How about the track? It's too late. No, I'll make the last few races. Oh, you're crazy. No, man, I love the track. It is the most exciting place. You let us bet? We used to go there all the time. We know everybody. So you bet for us, and you collect for us. All right, yeah, let's go. Be down for C-note and Lady Angel.
Lady Angel, she's going in the toilet, kid.
I think that too, Sis.
Hey, say regards to your father, okay?
Yeah, you got it. Come on, guys. Go.
Hey, kid, you got a knack for picking them, you know that?
Yeah. Hey, little ride, feel hot, put it all on handsome dude. Yeah.
You got it, yeah.
All right. Handsome dude, handsome dude, handsome dude, handsome dude, yeah!
Ian. Ian, what are you doing? Why aren't you in school?
I was too tired.
What?
I was up all night.
Doing what?
Paul got a car for his birthday.
Were you at the track?
Yeah, it was wild.
Gambling?
Yeah. At one point, I was up to $600, but then I lost it all.
Get dressed. You are going to school.
It's almost over.
Get up. Put your clothes on. I am taking you to school.
Okay, all right.
You cannot do this. Do you hear me? I can't take it. Not again.
What, you got a size 5? It's 25% off.
Look at those shoes. Sweet.
I just want that would go. It's really well. Okay. And we know that that's on sale. You want to go try this on? I don't know. Thank you. I was going to buy a shirt, so I'm going to buy the shirt.
Chuck is gonna love me in this. Miss? The jacket, please. Oh. Let's go.
How long have you been doing this?
Everybody does it.
That makes it okay?
I have no clothes, Mom.
So you steal them. JC, they let you off
You don't know
this
what
time.
it's like at school. Everybody's got the latest stuff. Everybody's rich, like we used to be.
JC, your real friends will like you for who you are,
Oh,
not
yeah,
what
like
you
your
have.
real friends. Where are they now?
Obviously, they were not real friends.
There are no real friends if you're poor. None of this would be happening if Dad was here. He gave us everything.
Well, he's not here. What do I have to do to get that through your head? He's not here! And he's probably not going to be here for a long time. It's been so long. All right, I'm going to run a few errands. I'll pick you up in a couple hours. You have everything you need?
Yeah. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, how you doing, Ian? You want to wait here just a minute?
Sure.
Hey, Scotty.
Hi. Look, I'm sorry. We got a notice. This year's dues were never paid. Your membership's been revoked.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
How many passes do you get a year? 15, 20?
Look, I don't think the management's gonna
You are the golf pro, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is where he learned the game. This is where he can be at peace with himself right now. Please, make this happen.
Okay. All right, Ian, let's get you a tea time.
All right.
Have fun.
Oh, Dad. I finally get to see you again.
I never wanted you to see me here. I missed you growing up.
It's been so long. I finally got that half-wit shot down.
I told you.
Yeah.
Make that shot, you make the team.
You're all right, Dad.
I'm so sorry.
No, you didn't do anything, Dad.
If I hadn't said those terrible things about my father, I wouldn't be in this trouble. I let you down, son.
No, you didn't.
Promise me one thing. You'll never let hatred run your life.
Dad, we could never hate you. You're the best.
I love you.
We love you.
I love you, Dad.
Listen, I need to talk to your father alone. Come on, honey, there isn't a lot of time.
I love you, Dad.
I can't believe how much they've changed in a year. They look so big.
Dad used to say, when they're little problems. When they're big problems. JC's into truancy again.
I told you you shouldn't be working.
Are you dreaming? What would we live on?
Damn it, Melody. Do what I say. Go to the phone, the payphone right now. Call Ben and give your notice.
No, I'm not quitting. You can't run my life anymore. I'm making my own decisions now, for me and for the kids.
I'll sue you. I'll have you brought in for child neglect.
Oh, that's a very good idea, Stuart. You think a judge is going to grant you custody? Maybe you could hang curtains in your cell and make it more like home. Don't threaten me. It doesn't work anymore.
You're not talking about divorce.
I don't want to hurt you, Stu. I'm gonna stick by you through this. It wouldn't look good for you to get a divorce right now. But you've got to stop ordering me around.
I don't know what's happening to you, Melody.
All the years I lived with you, I had a blindfold on. I couldn't take it off because if I looked at you, I would have to look at me. Well, I finally did. And neither one of us is a very pretty sight. But I have a chance to be different. And I intend to try. Okay, let's go. Ben? Ben? Oh!
Let's go upstairs.
I can't. I have to go pick up my mom at the airport.
Oh, come on. You didn't tell me about this.
Well, I'm telling you now. I called her last night, and she said yes.
I'm supposed to be happy about this?
Mm-hmm.
Want to tell me why I'm supposed to be happy?
Because if my mom stays with the kids, then we can go away for a few days.
Oh, very smart.
Santa Barbara?
Yeah, on the ocean.
Room with a view?
Very sexy.
And I'm very late.
Oh, come on.
All right. Gotta go. Sorry about the mess.
I had no idea things were this hard for you, Melody.
Oh, I didn't want to bother you. I've been trying to make it on my own.
Your father left some insurance money. And I've been thinking about selling the house in Arizona anyway. There might be enough for us to buy a small house near here somewhere.
Mom, I can't let you use your money for us. Come on, Dad wasn't rich. He wanted you to be taken care of.
Dad wanted you to be taken care of, too. Stuart hasn't been doing a very good job of that.
No, he hasn't.
Well, what do the lawyers think about his case?
There's a lot of evidence against him.
I've just been going over and over it in my mind. How could he do such a thing?
I've been lonely, Mom.
Oh, I know, honey. I'm lonely, too.
Do you remember Ben Anderson? We used to take you and Dad to his restaurant.
Yes, yes. He seemed like a very nice man.
Well, we've been spending some time together.
What are you trying to tell me, Melody? You're still married to Stuart.
Not anymore. Not in my heart.
I'm sorry? What's that? Translating correctly.
Look, Grandma. That's the wrong answer.
Let me see. Oh, my goodness. Well, Morgan, I never was very good at fractions. Ian, I know your mom doesn't like JC to stay out this late, does she?
I wouldn't worry about it. She'll probably spend the night at Lauren's.
On a school night? Does your mom allow that?
Sure.
Now, Melody said that she was going to leave her telephone number here on the refrigerator. Have you seen it?
Not me.
time I can't call my mom in Santa Barbara if she doesn't have the number. I'll call you, I swear. Gross. Tell me about it.
I want us to be together.
So do I.
Then we'll start out slow. Spend a little time together, you, me, and the kids. And, go to the movies, go on a picnic. I'll teach them how to ice skate.
Okay, but there is one thing.
I know my beard's got to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Hello? Wait a minute, I don't understand, JC. Ian said you were at Lauren's house. It's terrible. No, I don't know where to reach your mother.
Please, Grandma Ruth. Please try and find Mom. I promise things will be better. I promise. Please don't leave me here. Please don't leave me here.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Thank God you're back. I had no idea where to get a hold of
Mom,
you.
what's the matter?
JC's been arrested.
Oh, no.
Shoplifting again?
No, vandalism.
What happened?
They picked her up in some motel. She and a bunch of kids wrecked the place. Here, I have the name of the arresting officer. If you go down to the station, they will release her to you. Otherwise, she goes to juvenile hall.
Okay, let's go.
Put that out. Look, I'm nervous,
Your
okay?
mother said put it out.
Who the hell is he to tell me what to do?
You've got too much time on your hands. You need money? We're gonna solve both of those problems. You're getting a job.
But I'm not 16.
So what? There's plenty of jobs you can do, including babysitting.
Forget it.
We'll find something at the restaurant.
Will you tell him to stay out of our lives?
JC, Ben is in my life.
Well, he's not in mine. I want Dad.
JC!
JC Woodman?
Come on, Jason. Your Honor, although Miss Woodman has 2 priors, I'd ask that you consider her special circumstances. As you know, the arrest of her father was a tremendous shock. She's lost her home, her primary authority figure, her way of life.
I'm aware of that. Young lady, I'm going to assume that your behavior was prompted by the disruption in your life. I'm going to give you a chance, it may be your last, to pull yourself together.
I'm putting you on restrictive probation for 1 year. And let me warn you, if I see you in my court again, I will impose a maximum sentence. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Let's bring up Woodman, please.
Counselor, we should have...
You gotta go through it before we put you on the stand.
What happened to you?
Some animal hit me for no reason during exercise.
I'm sorry, Stu. I'm arranging to have you transferred, so right now let's just concentrate on the issues. Now that we're splitting the trial, you and Neil separately.
Yeah, me first. Great.
Now, Melody, you said that you and Neil met, just the two of you, at the country club in the spring of 1984.
You saw Neil alone? When did you see Neil alone? And why didn't you tell me?
He asked me not to tell you about our conversation.
What conversation? What are you talking about?
It was at the country club. Neil called and asked me to meet him. He told me he was worried about your health.
What's the big deal? Neil always worried about my health.
No, this was right before your parents were killed. He asked me to keep sweets and things away from you.
Tell Stuart what he said.
He told me to empty the pantry. He was worried about your blood pressure. With all the fighting in the family, you could have a stroke.
So?
Go on. The exact words.
He said something like, if you take care of Stu, I'll take care of the family problem.
No. No, according to the transcript of your tape, he didn't say family problem. He said them. I'll take care of them.
Great. This is great. That sounds like Neil. Is that what Neil said to you, Melody? I'll take care of them? Sure. It was Neil. He could have arranged the whole thing.
Stuart, I can't say that I believe Neil arranged.
Now, that's for the court to decide.
You just tell the court exactly what Neil said. You just say that in court.
Okay. Let's start again from the beginning.
Melody, can we get a shot, please? Melody?
Right here. Dad!
Is the prosecution ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Call your first witness.
Thank you. Detective Sully, I'd like to refer to the testimony of Sybil Michelson. She testified that Stewart placed a call to her 2 nights before the murder. And during that call, he was informed where his parents would be on Yom Kippur. Now, my question to you is, directly after his call to Sybil Michelson, did Stewart talk to Stephen Hummock in Las Vegas?
Yes, he did, and according to phone records, the Michelson call ended at 7:35, and a collect call from Hummock was placed at 7:36.
And what did Stephen Hummock do directly after that call?
He booked a flight for himself and Michael Dominguez to Los Angeles that same night.
Is this the statement given by Michael Dominguez in your presence?
Yes, it is, and in it, it states that he was hired by Stephen Hummock to act as a lookout the night of the murder.
And what was his remuneration?
$5,000.
Wasn't this confession a result of Michael Dominguez being arrested on another charge?
I can't answer that question.
Would not another arrest have caused him to spend the rest of his life in jail?
That's possible.
So he
but
made a deal. What kind of a deal?
I don't
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Do you have any evidence that Michael Dominguez ever met with or talked to Stuart Woodman?
No, I don't.
No further questions.
We'll recess until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Court's adjourned.
All right.
Yes, miss.
I really don't want to do it, Hal.
Melody, everything the state has is circumstantial. It's my job to fight that, to try to create different possibilities in the jury's mind.
But turning on Neil?
This isn't Neil's trial. It's Stewart's. This is a strategy. I haven't the vaguest idea whether Neil was involved. Hell, when his lawyers go to trial, they'll try blaming Stewart.
I don't know that Stewart is innocent.
This is America. He's innocent until he's proven guilty. Remember, you're not convicting Neil. You're helping to make Stewart a free man. That's what you want, isn't it? Look. Jury selection took 5 months. The trial will take even longer. You're not going to be the first witness. Let's just see how it goes, and then when your turn comes, you'll know what you want to do.
I was glad to see you, Dad. Even if we couldn't get too close. Can I come tomorrow? I mean, I want to come every day.
Ian, your book report. Tell your father you have to go.
Yeah, Mom says I have to do my homework. Mom, Dad says he wants to talk with you.
Tell him I can't right now.
Yeah, she said she can't right now. Yeah, sure, Dad. She was right. You don't love him anymore, do you?
That's none of your...
You think he did it, don't you? Don't you? Why didn't you just say it?
Ian.
Ian!
Why is everybody always fighting around here?
Mom, feed the kids for me, okay? I'll be back in a little while.
Come in.
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Oh, no, of course not. Come in, sit down. How may I help you?
Oh, my kids. My family has fallen apart. You know, I used to think it was simple, you know, that they would have the trial and they would find Stewart innocent and then it would be over. But now I have to testify. The lawyer thinks that my testimony could help Stewart. Now, Stewart is trying to blame Neil, and he wants me to implicate Neil. He wants me to imply that it was Neil instead of him. Now, I don't know if they did it together. I don't know if Stewart did it alone. I don't know if Neil did it alone. I just know that it was monstrous. I keep asking myself, if I hadn't been so blind, could I have stopped it? If I hadn't been so stupid, would Gerald and Vera be alive today?
Melody, you're asking yourself questions for which there are no answers. Stewart is responsible for his own actions, and as such is answerable to man as well as to God. Now, we are talking about the law, isn't that so? And how you must testify according to the law? Our law comes from the Jewish law, the laws of Moses. And the law is a matter of conscience. You may rationalize, but that's your brain. You can't listen. You may want to save your children from grief, but that's your heart. You can't listen. You must listen only to your conscience. What does your conscience say, Melody?
Prior to the murders, what were the assets of Manchester?
Sales were good, in the millions.
And why did the bank demand a $400,000 payment?
We had been delinquent in servicing the debt.
How much was the life insurance on Vera Woodman?
About $500,000.
And were the funds from this policy used to satisfy the bank's demands?
I can't answer that. Stuart Woodman signed all the checks.
Was this blood money not vital in keeping this business solvent?
Objection!
Withdraw the question. Your witness.
You stated that Stuart Woodman signed all the Manchester checks.
Correct.
And yet the $30,000 wire transfer to the Homicks, was that not signed by Neil Woodman?
It was.
Was it Neil Woodman who phoned you from jail and asked you to remove a Hommick phone number that he had concealed beneath his desk?
Yes.
Did Stuart Woodman phone you from jail and ask you to remove anything?
No, he didn't.
No further questions.
Court is adjourned until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All right. Deuce, 10, king.
Now you're gonna catch
Ace.
it. Mom's gonna kill you.
Okay, got the ace. Two. Put your bets up.
Ian, what is going on in here?
Just a friendly game.
You promised me.
We got tired of watching TV.
I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have to leave. Let's go.
Later. See you, man.
Let's get one thing straight. As long as you live in this house, you do not gamble, period.
Try to have some friends over here.
I want all of this
fun.
stuff cleaned
I can't
up
have anything.
out of here now.
It's too late to sing. The piano player's already left.
Things got out of control at home.
What else is new? Listen, Melody, I know you've had a lot on your plate lately, but you haven't even had time for me.
Things aren't gonna get easier for a long time.
What's that supposed to mean?
This isn't going to work, you and me. I know it. You know it.
I could try harder.
This isn't like the flu. We're not gonna get better and then everything will be fine. A murder's been committed, a terrible murder. And I don't know, maybe I've been in shock. Maybe it's just beginning to dawn on me. But whatever the verdict is, my family's gonna have to deal with the consequences for many years. I'm glad you happened to me. I'm gonna miss you, man. Neil asked me to meet him at the country club for a drink.
Was this a usual occurrence?
No.
Did Stuart know about the call?
No, Neil asked me to keep it confidential.
What did Neil want to talk about?
Stuart's health. Neil was worried about his hypertension and wanted to make sure he was eating the proper foods.
Did you consider this an unusual request?
No, Stuart was under a lot of stress. And Neil said they needed him, needed his sales.
And what was preventing Stuart from concentrating on his sales?
The family problem.
Did Neil present a solution to this problem?
He said if I'd take care of the home front, he'd take care of them.
Them?
Their parents.
Did Neil say anything else about them?
He said it's been arranged.
Referring to the parents.
Yes.
Your witness.
Did you tell Stuart about your conversation with Neil Woodman at the time it occurred?
No.
You testified that Neil asked you to keep it confidential.
Yes, he did.
And when did you make this conversation with Neil known to your husband?
After the arrest.
No further questions.
I have just one further question, Mrs. Woodman. At the time of your talk with Neil, what did you think it meant when he said it has been arranged?
Objection calls for a conclusion from the witness. Your Honor, this is a cheap ploy to focus on a defendant who is not being tried in this courtroom.
The jury has every right to know what was in the witness's mind at the time that this crucial conversation took place.
You may answer the question.
I thought it meant I don't know what it meant.
In a circumstantial case, it is vital that the prosecution prove its case beyond the shadow of a doubt. And what have they given you? Innuendos, half-truths, always referring to the Woodman brothers. But in reality, talking about Neil Woodman, who made the wire transfer. It was Neil Woodman who hid the Homic's phone numbers. And why did he hide them? I submit that it was done out of guilt. Because Neil Woodman did hire the Homic's to kill his parents. But it is wrong. Unfair to lump Stewart together with his brother. Stewart's mistakes were many. He tried to build his business too fast. He gambled, which led to an association with the wrong people. And he talked too much and too bluntly, which, it may be noted, is not characteristic of a man who is plotting a murder. These are his crimes, ladies and gentlemen. But not the unspeakable crime of parental murder. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the defense wants you to think the phone call from Sybil Michelson was not important. That Stewart already knew where his parents were going to be on Yom Kippur. But consider, Vera Woodman was already getting to be a recluse. Maybe she wouldn't be attending the breaking of the fast. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Homick is a professional killer who wanted to be sure where his target would be that fateful night, because the insurance policy was on her life. Now, the defense cannot deny this, that Stewart received a phone call from Stephen Homick as soon as he hung up from Sybil Michelson. And Stephen Homick immediately booked a flight to Los Angeles for himself and Michael Dominguez. Now, let me remind you, this tragedy has its roots in greed and hatred, a shattering of the American dream. When Gerald and Vera Woodman were deprived of their twilight years by their own children, grown men gone wild, hiding the beast beneath their country clubs and business suits and big houses and big cars. You look at the facts squarely. You must return a guilty verdict. You must deny Stewart Woodman the right to live in our society again.
Is it over?
Not yet.
The jury will now be sequestered to consider their verdict.
you're not guilty. Hug your dad.
Go ahead, you can hug your dad.
Dad. I love you, Dad.
Everything's gonna be
Love
okay.
you,
I
Dad.
promise. I'll be
Come
home
soon.
soon. I'm feeling home, so everything will be fine. I promise. Everything.
Have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
The defendant will rise. Read the verdict, please.
We find the defendant, Stuart Woodman, guilty as charged.
Order. Order. Order in the court. Order. Order.
The jury is dismissed. Prisoner will be returned to his cell. This court is adjourned and will reconvene for sentencing 1 week from today at 10 a.m.
I'll come see you this afternoon. We start the appeal right now, just like we talked about, okay? Okay?
I thought you should know, in the penalty phase, we will be asking for the gas chamber.
Come on, go out the back. The front will be swarming with reporters.
Let's sit down.
They're gonna ask for the death penalty. Even if they get it with appeals, it won't happen for years.
I really believe he is guilty.
Well, if you're right, he may want to confess and turn state's evidence against Neil. How do you feel?
Numb. This is never going to be over. Never.
You're doing fine.
Am I?
You're not the same woman who came into my office. You've come a long way through a hard time. I'm betting on you to make it the rest of the way.
Thanks, Al.
I needed that.
Go away, Susan.
Melody, I am so sorry.
For what? For who?
I never could have done what you've been able to do. I never could have managed without Lou.
Without your house and your pool and your jewelry and your credit cards and your friends.
That's what I'm most sorry about. That I didn't stand by you, that I wasn't the kind
You
of
were a
friend.
lousy friend, Susan.
I'd like a second chance.
I wish I could just say I don't think so, Susan. We move in different circles now.
I really could use a friend. And I have missed you.
Television said he was convicted.
How could this happen? Where's Dad? Is he gonna be all right? They made a mistake, didn't they?
No, it's true. Your father was convicted.
This can't be. I don't believe it.
Oh, what happens now?
They're going to sentence him on Monday.
Let the record show Stuart Woodman and his counsel entered at 9:05 a.m. Is your client clear about his deposition?
He is.
To reiterate, only by a total rendering of how the crime was set up and executed will the district attorney's office withdraw its request for the gas chamber. In exchange for Stuart Woodman's confession and testimony in a court of law against the Hommick brothers and Neil Woodman, we will recommend life imprisonment without possibility of parole.
I'll always be your father, even though I may never get out of here. I'm just a phone call away. And don't worry, we'll find a way to be together.
Yes, Stuart.
I'm not sure where they're sending me, out of state somewhere, but the kids can come to visit.
I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
I'm entitled to visitation rights.
Think of your children's welfare for once.
The children want to be with me.
I've been seeing a counselor, Stu. She doesn't think it's a good idea for Morgan to see you right now.
The hell with her. I can imagine what you told her.
I told her that you murdered your parents.
He's not a murderer.
12 people have heard all the evidence on both sides, and they decided he did it.
Lots of innocent people have been sent to jail, even killed, all their history.
Yeah, maybe they were jealous because he was rich.
Dad has confessed that he did it.
No, the only reason he did that is so he could stay alive and see us.
He's brainwashed you. Guys, come on, it's time. You have to face the truth.
Look, think what you want, I'll think what I want.
Ian, JC, don't run away. Come on, we have to talk.
I'm not going back to school.
All right, we can talk about that.
I won't be able to stand it. All those people pointing and gossiping.
And what will they say?
They'll be like, I'm glad your dad got convicted. He deserved it.
Honey, just because your dad did something bad, that doesn't mean that you're bad.
I don't want to hear mean things about him.
I know, but you're not your dad. All right, murder isn't contagious. It isn't something that you inherit. Honey, it's not your fault. None of this is your fault. And the good times, the close times you had with your dad, that was real. Nobody can take that away from you. JC, I love you. And I want to make a home for us.
I hate this apartment.
Well, we can get a new place.
What kind of life can we have?
Life is going to be you and me, and Morgan and Ian and Grandma Ruth, and a new school, and a new start. And we're going to take care of each other.
We'll do everything together. Oh, baby, I love you. Mom. I feel so alone. Oh, I know. I know, baby, I know.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh, honey, I love you. I love you. We're gonna be okay.
Stay tuned, because up next on True Movies 1, Two Fathers, Justice for the Innocent. Alternatively on True Movies 2, The Shadow Box. And on True Entertainment, James Dean.